She's finally off the stand, guys. Oh, man. I wish I could tell you that she's going to start, but not yet. But pretty soon, though. All right, guys. Welcome back to the channel, man. Here is the Mustang. Finally off the stands. I wish I could have got it off the stands and started it. But still a couple weeks from that if all pans out. And I'm going to go over that right now of what the Mustang still needs to get started, So, yep, here's the Mustang, as you guys can see it. Here's torque, and he's the reason for this because that's not organized yet, and he bites everything. And there he is right there, look, finding something to bite. There he is. What's up, torque? But anyway, let's get to it. Where's the Mustang at? All right, start off with feeling. The biggest one. I want to get a return style system. But to be quite honest with you, with the return style and injectors, you're looking at about $2,000 at the cheapest. You go and find a good 4 innovations, you're gonna pay $2,000 alone for that. And then the injector's another $1,000 or probably more. But what I need right now, I'm focusing on what I need right now. And what I need right now is I need this car to start by March 13th. That's as simple as that. We have so many things to do. So I'm going to go the route that I need to. Long story short, to start, I'm going to run a booster pump. Kenny Bell. Seen them used. Offer up. 150 less. Okay. Run some injectors. Fuel Injection Clinic. 1000C is the best deal I found that have been proven to be, solid. Been looking up into them. I'm gonna run MS-109. That way my fuel system doesn't have to work as hard to flow it. I'll be able to get away with running my stock lines. Maybe add a regulator in between somewhere in there, modify some. But that's like my best bet right now, most cost effective to get me at least into the 600s, right around there. I know all these numbers are always thrown 600, 700, 800. But, I'm anticipating it being in the 600s. Just whatever can help me to hook and get me to the time that I want with what I have, right? So that's going to be my fuel system to start. That's what's going to allow me to start up by March 13th with my fuel system. Okay, and then from that, obviously, oiling. Got to add about 2 quarts of Amsoil. Has 8 now. Ordering 2. I think it's only going to need 1. But I'm ordering 2 just in case because I added an oil filter and relocated my oil filter. So it's going to, allow for some more oil. I need to weld my downpipe. This one here is kind of interfering. It's sticking out too much and it's hitting one of my coolant lines, which I'll show you in a second once I get over there. So I'm going to fab something up myself. I've been welding a lot more. Been practicing every day, going to school for it. So I possess the skills to weld something up decent. Something to sell on the street or to the public, unlikely, but it's gonna work for me. Okay, so that's that. I got to weld mat flange on mine, and let me come over here. I'm not gonna do that. I have been messing around with TIG, aluminum TIG welding. Not the greatest at all. Need a bunch of more practice. But I have a buddy who's excellent at that, so he's gonna help me out with that. While hopefully eventually I get practice, get better. The downpipe's gonna go here. I was interfering with this. That's why I'm gonna have to fab something else. Okay. What's next over there is my overflow, which was here. Now it's there. It's already kind of mocked up. All I gotta do is extend these lines here and go to its respective source. The bottom one here, fabbed up something right there. That's gonna go right underneath there. That's all gonna be tied down, once everything is close to startup. But I had to move that over there and, run it in here. So that way I can have space. And obviously I'm gonna need some coolant. Have my coolant over there. Do what I gotta do once that comes. So that's my coolant side. These two are together. Add some trans oil. I'm still using the Motorcraft recommended one. I had to disconnect my trans line, dropped barely any trans oil, but add a little bit. Once I start it up, I'll be able to check that and then add as needed to that. So that's not a big issue. vacuum system. I'm running this vacuum block here from Jack Spanier Racing. Inexpensive, went on eBay, about 30 bucks, if that. This should work well. It's got 6 ports. I'll be able to run my vacuum through that, my wastegates, fuel system eventually, whatever. Eventually everything through that. Radiator brackets need to be modified. I'm not going to modify that once I see everything is buttoned down and I know my radiator is going to sit where I wanted to sit there. Then I'm going to modify it, because I had to remove the radiator back about 1 inch. That's why I had to, relocate that. My front and hood mods, like I said, that's going to be modified once I have everything buttoned down. I did already remove my fog lights. I'll get into that once I start it up, show you why I did, but remove those. Had to remove one headlight, running this through here. Eventually, like I said, once I get better at the welding, TIG welding aluminum, I'll be able to kind of make some, a little tighter design, that way it clears stuff. But like I said, guys, March 13 is my goal for that. 13, and I'm want to get it started, and everything I just explained on that board is doable by March 13. And then obviously after that it's done, get it tuned. Got my spark plugs ready to gap. These are not even buckled down. Take them out, gap them, put them back in. And that's basically it. Try to make it as quick as possible, guys. I know I rant from time to time, but I want to, make sure I'm thorough, so you guys know exactly what I'm doing. If you guys are ever out there wanting to do something similar, I don't want to say I built this from scratch, because I didn't. I didn't make the exhaust manifolds, the turbo manifolds and all that. I bought it, but I did piece it together with, got an intercooler that I thought would fit my setup. Got an oil cooler that I thought would fit my setup. Got a turbo that I thought would fit my setup. I had to move the fan back a little bit so I wouldn't have to purchase a thinner one. Did have to cut it up a little bit. Had to cut up some holes, relocate the over. I am piecing it together, but making it mine. But other than that, like I said, hopefully I get all these parts in. I'm gonna bust my hump to get it, and get it started. It's moving along, guys. It's moving along. What else to say? There nothing much, other than that. Got my little shop here coming along. My bike's cleaned everything up. I can work in peace. I've been looking into that. A lot of guys out there who are big time in this game, always got everything organized. Organized stuff, organized shop, organized thoughts, and you can attack this thing one thing at a time. But that's just a quick update on the Mustang, guys. Been wanting to update you guys for a while. Just like I said, been extremely busy. Going to welding school now 2 times a week. That's been taking up a lot of my time, a lot of practice with that. But other than that, man, Mustang is coming around, guys. Mustang is gonna be up and running soon. And then once it's up and running, make the next list of goals to see how to make it better, make it better. And that's all gonna vary, depending on my time, what I'm able to put on times, on that time slip, and then go from there. But other than that, guys, thank you for tuning in. Thumbs up, man. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and subscribe if you haven't. More Mustang content coming your way, and some little bikes along the way too. But other than that, thank you. Stay tuned, and I'll catch you next time.